Chronos meme coins with the most potential, in my personal opinion. Now, this might be a touchy subject for all the Crow fam. I know a lot of people are, loyal to whatever projects they're investing in, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on my best Chronos meme coin picks for this upcoming bull market. We know we're about 30 to 65% into this current bull market. I would say, or more so on the 40% area in the bull market. A lot of beautiful things happening in the ecosystem right now. A lot of new fun things that's about to come out. So super bullish on Chronos. More volume will be introduced into the ecosystem due to a lot of new things that's coming out. I will be talking about it. And I also talked about it in my previous video. So super bullish. I think this will lead Chronos to be one of the top blockchains when it comes to volume being pumped, especially now. We know that a lot of leading blockchains right now are ahead of the pack, like way ahead of the pack right now. But we got to understand the full FOMO into the crypto space has yet to come back. We understand that, and by understanding this is knowing that we are super early to the party. So get ready, man. We're going to talk about it. But before we do, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on those notifications right now so you can get updates on all things Chronos and other projects as well. But Chronos has been heavily on my mind right now because they are doing some big things, and I do believe it will be a big blockchain in the future. So let's get straight into it, man. Chronos, let's start talking about the #1 projects. And I'm going to go from my highest market cap to the lowest market cap, and I'm gonna give you some rules as well of where things I follow and look at. So first off, let's talk about the rules. #1, I try to stay away from crypto.com IMOs. Now, what does that mean, Tro? Well, that means things that get debuted on VVS Finance, I try to stay away from them. Not saying that they aren't good projects. It's just that if it has a lot of liquidity and the market cap kind of matches the liquidity, then that's kind of a red flag for me, because that shows that, hey, they're trying to really, get over on the community members. And I'm not saying that this their intentions, but that's what it feels like. If we look at charts that, had the IMOs on VVS Finance, they are absolutely tanking, and they don't, have as much holders, and they are continuing to go down. Even some of the projects that got listed on crypto.com before, some of the biggest community projects, which was very weird to me, they are absolutely tanking, and they made it look like it's exit liquidity for the people who got in super early. And who are the people who created this? Crypto.com. So we got to kind of be wary, not saying to absolutely stay away from them, because believe it or not, one of the projects was in my that's going to be listed in this video was a crypto.com or VVS Finance IMO. So I'm not saying you got to just stay away all completely, but just be wary when investing in them. Now, #2, you want to have all these projects have at least, almost 10K holders. Now, like I said, this kind of varies as well, but I love to see a lot of holders, at least 10K or almost 10K holders in these projects, because that shows that it's very, diverse, very decentralized, not necessarily too much decentralized, because a lot of people are whales. They do have, top 10 whales, and it does show you on deck screener of people who hold at least 1% of the supply. But most of the projects that I'm going to talk about have, 10K or almost at 10K holders. So that's something I look at as well. Want to have a lot of holders, want to be a lot of, diversity within the project and more people holding it. Now, #3, I look for community, man. The community has to be vibrant. Community is probably one of the top main things I look for in a crypto project, because these are the people that stick around when things get bad. These are the people when prices drop, 50 to 60, 70%. These are the people who are going to hold the bags and even dollar cost average more into these projects. So I look for community as well. That's something big, probably the number one biggest thing I look for when it comes to meme coins on any blockchain. Does it have a community? Are people sticking around and still, dollar cost averaging as these assets drop 70%? Now, gave you the rules and regulations, what I believe, my opinions on it. Let's get into it. What's the bag looking like? What are the meme coins with the most potential on the Chronos blockchain? Let's talk about it. So number one, of course, we got to do Crow with Knife. So right now, Crow with Knife is number two, the second hottest block or crypto project on the Chronos blockchain. In the past 24 hours, it is up 1%. We saw yesterday there was a big green candlestick. So love to see that. Love to see, Crow with Knife call rebounding from those, $50 million market caps. And I've been talking about call for a minute now. I said when it hit that all-time high, it's gonna absolutely, go down for sure. But we love those because that allows us to dollar cost average at a cheaper price. A lot of people look at it as a negative thing and say is crap, and say all these negative things about it. But that's any crypto project. If you look at some of the top meme coins that's in $1 billion ranges, even they had 50% drop offs, and then they continued their way up because of the community. And that's why I say community is a big thing. Now we can see Call has 10.4K holders right now, so a lot of holders in Call. And then if we go to and see, some of the top holders, I like to kind of play with this and look at it and see what some of the whales have been doing. If the whales are still buying, guys. So this whale bought 16 days ago. So the whales are still buying, and he's a top 10 holder, and he bought 16 days ago. So there's something bullish to look at as well. Just seeing if the whales are buying on the downtrends, and if the whales are buying, people who hold lots of liquidity in these projects, if they are still buying on the downtrend, then you should be kind of taking the heat or taking, see like what they're doing, why they're buying, and what's the reason. If they are buying with a lot of liquidity, and you can see this guy, he's been putting $500 into it for the past 2 weeks. So he has been loading up on Crow and Knife, and actually it looks like he only has buys. He hasn't sold, so it looks like he bought majority of his portfolio in Crow and Knife 16 days ago. So he hasn't really even been selling anything. That's super bullish when you look at it, because he's a whale and he hasn't sold even on some of the downtrends. And now he made a lot of money on that big jump on April 26th, but he hasn't sold anything. So that's something we got to look into as well, like just seeing, are the whales selling, are they holding, what are the whales doing? And that can kind of give us a gist of, should we follow, should we be buying right now? If, big money is buying, I say, at least dollar cost average, especially if you can get in under a price that the whale has gotten in. Now, number two, I'm looking at Mary. So Mary right now is the third hottest crypto project on the Chronos blockchain, coming in at $10.9 million market cap. Now I like Mary because it has about 15,000 holders. Some of these holders did get airdrop, but a thing I like about the airdrops is a lot of people probably don't even realize they got Mary in their wallets, and that creates less sell pressure, in my personal opinion, because if you don't know you have it, how are you going to sell it? And that's beautiful because it just distributes the token even further. And I love to see, further distribution on these tokens. And like I said, I love to see, go into the whales and see what the whales are doing, guys. If we see what the whales are doing, that can give us a gist of what's going on. Now, we can see this particular whale, he sold maybe twice. No, okay, he sold more than twice, but he's still been buying. So 3 days ago, he bought $12,000 worth of Mary. So you can get in at a better price than he has currently at Mary, because 3 days it has gone down since 3 days ago. This today is actually a red day, so that's super bullish as well, seeing how whales are still buying. And if you can get under a price that the whale has got in, then I believe that's going to set you up for success, especially if they continue to buy more recently. So with $15,000 or 15 thousand holders, almost 16,000, that lets us know that, okay, a lot of people are still holding this. A lot of people believe in what Mary is doing, and it's just the beginning. They have a smart team behind them. Chronos OG runs this project, so I love to see that. Super bullish on Chronos projects that are community ran and that, have people who have been around in the ecosystem for quite a while. Now, this is the one that a lot of people might not agree on, but Dip. So buy the Dip. And the only reason I say Dip is because it has a good community. It has, absolutely trended up since the inception of it. And it hasn't really went down as far as a lot of IMOs. Now, this was a VVS IMO. This has got listed on crypto.com. Now, it doesn't meet the criteria of the 10,000 holders. It's only 4,000 holders. So that's one thing it kind of fails at. But I love the community with Dip. I think Dip is super undervalued as of right now. And it has $7 million in liquidity. Like I said, a lot of the IMOs have a lot of liquidity in it. So that makes you be able, or you're being able to get in and get out of these trades. And it's also listed on a centralized exchange. So you shouldn't have too much like slippage or things like that. But like I said, Dip is one of the projects that I kind of look into because I do believe it has a good community. They're dropping a lot of things, and they're really collaborating with the other community ran projects, and that's something I think that is huge, because a lot of these IMOs are not collaborating with community ran projects, and I think that's kind of awkward, or especially if you're just coming in and at least try to attempt to be friendly with the community in some type of way, and even give shout outs, or just acknowledge the other community meme coins. But Dip is doing that, so that's why I'm kind of bullish on Dip. And also we just look at some of the whale holders. Now, this particular whale did sell 15 days ago, but a month ago he was buying like crazy, so he probably just made profits and took some profits, but he haven't sold all the way out, guys. So that's something we look into as well. He hasn't sold his entire bag. He's still holding some Dip at these levels. So it is always good to see. He bought a month ago, he bought 12,000, then 17,000, then 38,000. So he's spending a lot of liquidity on Dip right now, and he hasn't sold his entire bag. He only sold, let's see, he only sold about maybe $3,000 worth, but he put in way more than 3,000. He has about what? I don't even care to do the math. It's at least over, $50,000 in dips, and he only sold $3,000 worth. So that's something big, especially when it comes to whales. And last but not least, man, Push. Push is probably my most undervalued meme coin on the Chronos blockchain. And I say that just because maybe I'm a little biased. I did get in around $1 million market cap, so I got in super early. I do believe Push has one of the potentials to be 100x on Chronos blockchain. Right now it is up about 3% on the day. It has 9.9k holders, almost at that $10,000 range that I was talking about. But it's still super early, and I think that it's going to 100x just because of everything that they're currently doing right now. They plan on building the Push Fund. If you're not familiar with Push Fund, it is something similar to Pump Fund that's on Solana, where people can make meme coins instantly. But it protects the users on a blockchain from rug pulls. So they have to go through certain things in order to get listed on these exchanges first. And then after they meet the criteria, they get listed. And then, the contract is renounced and liquidity is burned. So that's super big, especially when a lot of these projects are getting rug pulls. It's a couple of projects on Chronos that pull some rug pulls. So this not only protects the community, but this is bullish for Push, because all fees that are generated from these things or from these sales will be used to buy Push and burn them. So Push has a burn mechanism that is going to be implemented into it. and it's just gonna set us up for success. And like I said, I always look at and see who are some of the top holders, man. I think G Party has been, he's a meme coin going crazy on Chronos, because he's been in a lot of the top holders. But we can see 20 days ago he bought push, and I don't think he sold any so far. So a lot of people are not selling push. He's been dollar cost averaging for quite a while, but his last buy was 20 days ago. And that's good because we actually got in at cheaper prices than he has, for the simple fact that he got in 10 days ago. I mean, or the last buy was to 20 days ago. So we could have got in way cheaper than he got. Like I said, on May 30th, I absolutely pushed the button and bought like crazy because that was the bottom of it, and then we saw that rise. Now we are a little bit away from all-time highs, but like I said, now might be a good time. Now today candlestick is currently red, but we can dollar cost average. I do believe push can easily go to at least $20 million market cap, probably really more than that. I do believe it can hit a $50 million market cap in a full-on bull market if this pump fund works out how it's supposed to work. Now those are the meme coins that has the most potential in my opinion. Let me know, guys, what meme coins are you currently investing in on the Chronos blockchain? But those are some of the criteria I want to see in order for the meme coins to work. Now some may vary. It's not an absolute on anything. Like I said, I put community over everything. If it has a good community with low holder count, then I still be able to invest in it. But like I said, I try to stay away from all VVS IMOs, especially if it doesn't have community. Now if it has community such as dip, then I would look into it, see what see what is going to work, see what's going to happen. But if it doesn't have community, if I don't see people talking about it every day on Twitter, like such crypto projects that I mentioned, then I try to stay away from it, guys, especially if people aren't buying the dips on these 50% drawdowns. So crypto troll, that's my video. If I added value, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, don't forget, man, turn on those notifications. Crypto troll, I'm out of here.